Your body generates more electrical activity than a small city. Measurable electromagnetic fields, extending several feet beyond your physical form, coordinating every single function necessary for life. This is not metaphor. This is not alternative health speculation. This is documented scientific fact. Every heartbeat creates electrical impulses you can measure on an EKG. Every thought generates brain waves you can see on an EEG. Every muscle contraction produces electrical signals picked up by EMG equipment. And yet, mainstream medicine treats your body as if it were purely mechanical. Welcome back to You Are the Medicine, the audiobook by Dr. Vic Naumov. Copyright 2025. All rights reserved. This is episode 3. If the last 2 episodes shifted the way you see your body, this one is going to shock you, literally. Hit like, drop a comment, and let us know where you're tuning in from, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe and turn on that notification bell, because this series is only getting deeper from here. Let's begin. Now, let's step into the electric truth of who you are. Dr. Naumov opens this chapter with a single radical claim. You are electric. Every heartbeat, he writes, creates electrical impulses that can be measured on an electrocardiogram. Every thought generates brain waves that appear on electroencephalograms. Every muscle contraction produces electrical signals that show up on electromyography equipment. Yet mainstream medicine, he argues, treats your body as if it were purely mechanical. This fundamental misunderstanding, he explains, has created a healthcare system that ignores your body's electrical nature, focusing exclusively on chemical and mechanical interventions that often interfere with, rather than support, your bioelectric systems. You've been taught to think of your body as a machine with parts that wear out and chemicals that need balancing. In reality, he writes, your body operates as a sophisticated electromagnetic system that generates, stores, and transmits electrical energy with precision that exceeds any technology humans have ever created. Understanding your electrical nature, Dr. Naumov says, changes everything about how you approach health, because it reveals that most health problems involve disruptions in your body's bioelectric systems, rather than random mechanical failures or chemical imbalances. When your electrical systems function optimally, your body demonstrates remarkable healing capacity, extraordinary coordination between organ systems, and incredible resilience in the face of stress. When these electrical systems become disrupted, he writes, your body's function deteriorates in predictable patterns that manifest as symptoms and diseases that seem mysterious when viewed from a purely mechanical perspective. Your body is not breaking down randomly. It is responding predictably to electrical interference that compromises communication between your cells, tissues, and organ systems. You are the medicine, Dr. Naumov writes, because your body contains sophisticated bioelectric systems that know exactly how to create and maintain optimal health when electrical interference is removed and proper electrical function is restored. End quote. Dr. Naumov. Medical schools, Dr. Naumov argues, teach students to view the human body as a collection of mechanical parts held together by chemical reactions, completely ignoring the electrical systems that actually control and coordinate all biological function. This mechanical model, he says, leads to treatments that focus on replacing parts through surgery or altering chemistry through medication, while overlooking the electrical disruptions that cause most health problems in the first place. Students learn about the heart as a mechanical pump, he explains, without understanding that it operates through precise electrical timing systems. They study the brain as a chemical computer without recognizing that it functions through electrical networks more complex than any technology ever created. This electrical blindness, Dr. Naumov writes, creates healthcare providers who cannot recognize or address the root causes of most health problems because they've never been trained to assess or treat bioelectric dysfunction. They see symptoms as evidence of mechanical wear or chemical imbalance rather than signs of electrical interference that can be identified and corrected. The consequences of this electrical ignorance, he argues, are devastating for patients who receive treatments that often make their electrical problems worse, not better. Medications that alter brain chemistry, he writes, also disrupt the electrical signals that coordinate brain function, leading to side effects that are actually predictable consequences of electrical interference. Surgeries that cut through tissue also cut through the electrical pathways that coordinate healing responses. Your body's electrical systems, Dr. Naumov explains, operate continuously without your conscious awareness, generating the coordination necessary for your heart to beat in perfect rhythm, your lungs to expand and contract in precise timing, your digestive system to process food through complex sequences of muscle contractions, and your immune system to identify and eliminate threats while leaving healthy tissue untouched. These activities, he says, require split-second timing and perfect coordination that is only possible through electrical communication. When medical treatments interfere with these systems, he writes, your body's coordination becomes compromised, leading to chronic health problems that seem to develop randomly, but are actually predictable consequences of electrical disruption. Your heart develops rhythm problems when its electrical timing is disrupted. Your digestive system develops motility disorders when electrical coordination is compromised. Your immune system becomes overactive or underactive when electrical communication breaks down. Research in bioelectric medicine, Dr. Naumov notes, has identified specific electrical signatures associated with different health conditions, revealing that electrical disruption often precedes the development of symptoms by months, even years. Electrical assessment, he argues, could provide early warning of developing health problems, but this technology remains largely unused in mainstream healthcare because providers are not trained to understand or apply bioelectric principles. Your nervous system, he writes, operates as the master electrical control system for your entire body, generating and transmitting the electrical signals that coordinate every other system and enable your body's incredible healing responses. When electrical transmission through your nervous system becomes compromised through spinal misalignment, muscle tension, emotional stress, or other interference, your body's healing capacity becomes reduced and health problems develop. Understanding your body's electrical nature, Dr. Naumov writes, reveals that you have far more control over your health than medical training suggests, because electrical systems respond quickly and predictably to interventions that remove interference and restore optimal function. Unlike mechanical repairs or chemical alterations that take weeks to show effects, he says, electrical corrections can produce immediate improvements because electrical systems operate at the speed of light. You are the medicine, he writes, because your body's electrical systems contain the intelligence and capacity necessary to create and maintain optimal health when electrical interference is removed. End quote. Dr. Naumov. Each of your 37 trillion cells, Dr. Naumov explains, operates as a sophisticated biological battery, generating electrical current through complex biochemical processes that create voltage differences across cell membranes and produce electromagnetic fields that extend beyond the cell itself. These cellular batteries, he writes, do not operate independently. They form interconnected networks that coordinate their electrical activities, creating the larger electromagnetic fields that govern tissue function, organ coordination, and whole-body healing. The electrical output of your cellular batteries, he says, determines your energy levels, your healing capacity, your resistance to stress and disease, and your overall vitality throughout your lifetime. The electrical activity of your cells, Dr. Naumov explains, depends on precise concentrations of electrically charged particles called ions, maintained on both sides of your cell membranes through energy-requiring processes. Sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. These ions create the electrical gradients that generate cellular voltage, power cellular activities, and enable your cells to communicate with each other faster than any chemical messenger could. When your cells maintain optimal electrical charge, he writes, they demonstrate remarkable efficiency in everything: energy production, waste elimination, nutrient uptake, protein synthesis, and DNA repair. Your body feels energetic. It heals quickly. It resists infection effectively. It maintains stable function, even under stress. When cellular electrical charge becomes compromised through poor nutrition, dehydration, stress, toxin exposure, or electromagnetic interference, Dr. Naumov writes that your cells must work harder to accomplish the same tasks, while producing weaker fields that compromise intercellular communication. These electrically compromised cells consume more energy while producing less useful work, leading to fatigue, slow healing, increased susceptibility to illness, and accelerated aging. Your mitochondria, he explains, function as specialized electrical generators, converting nutrients and oxygen into usable electrical energy through processes that depend on precise geometric arrangements of proteins and enzymes. These biological power plants can produce enormous amounts of electrical energy when they maintain optimal structure, but their output decreases dramatically when that geometry becomes distorted through oxidative damage, nutritional deficiency, or other stress. Your cellular batteries, Dr. Naumov writes, require specific nutrients to maintain optimal electrical function: minerals that serve as electrical conductors, vitamins that support electrical enzyme systems, and fatty acids that maintain proper electrical properties of your cell membranes. When these nutrients are available in optimal quantities, your cellular electrical systems operate at peak efficiency. And unlike mechanical repairs that take time to heal, he notes, electrical improvements in cellular function can produce noticeable increases in energy, mental clarity, and physical performance within hours or days of implementing the right interventions. You are the medicine, Dr. Naumov writes, because your cellular batteries contain the electrical intelligence and capacity necessary to power optimal health and healing when they receive proper support and are protected from electrical interference. End quote, Dr. Naumov. Your brain and spinal cord, Dr. Naumov writes, function as a living antenna system, more sophisticated than any communication technology ever created. This bioantenna receives electromagnetic signals from your environment, processes them with incredible speed and precision, and transmits coordinated responses throughout your body at the speed of light. Your spinal cord, he explains, serves as the main transmission cable for this system, carrying electrical signals between your brain and every part of your body through nerve pathways that branch out like the wiring system of a sophisticated building. The quality of signal transmission through this system, he says, determines how effectively your brain can coordinate your body's activities and how quickly your body can respond to threats, opportunities, and healing requirements. When your bioantenna system maintains optimal alignment, Dr. Naumov writes, electrical signals flow clearly and efficiently throughout your body. Your heart rate adjusts instantly to activity. Your breathing modifies automatically to meet oxygen demand. Your digestive system responds appropriately to different foods. Your immune system reacts quickly and precisely to threats. When structural problems in your spine interfere with this function, he explains, signal transmission becomes distorted or blocked, leading to coordination problems and reduced capacity for healing. Your body, he writes, begins to function like a radio with poor reception. Some signals get through clearly, others are distorted or lost completely, creating health problems that seem random, but are actually predictable consequences of communication breakdown. The electromagnetic fields generated by your nervous system, Dr. Naumov explains, extend well beyond your physical body, creating what scientists call your biofield, a field that interacts with the electromagnetic environment around you. Strong, coherent biofields, he says, provide protection against harmful electromagnetic influences while enhancing your body's ability to extract beneficial information from natural sources, including the Earth's own frequencies. Weak or chaotic biofields, he warns, leave you vulnerable to electromagnetic interference from artificial sources. Wireless devices, electrical equipment, and other technologies that generate fields incompatible with your body's natural frequencies. This pollution, he writes, can disrupt your bioantenna function even when your spine maintains proper alignment. Your bioantenna system, Dr. Naumov explains, operates most effectively when it maintains resonance with natural electromagnetic frequencies that have supported life on Earth for millions of years, including the Schumann resonances generated between the Earth's surface and its ionosphere, which closely match the frequency ranges used by your own brain and nervous system. Modern environments, he says, often isolate you from these beneficial frequencies while exposing you to harmful artificial ones. Spending time in nature, away from electromagnetic pollution, allows your bioantenna system to recalibrate, reducing the interference that compromises optimal nervous system function. You are the medicine, Dr. Naumov writes, because your bioantenna system contains the communication intelligence necessary to coordinate optimal health and healing when it maintains proper structural alignment and operates in an environment that supports rather than interferes with its sophisticated signaling capabilities. End quote. Dr. Naumov. Physical trauma, Dr. Naumov writes, creates immediate disruptions in your body's electrical systems that extend far beyond the site of injury, generating interference patterns that compromise electrical communication throughout your entire system. A car accident, a sports injury, a fall. The mechanical forces involved don't just damage tissue, they disrupt the precise geometric relationships that maintain optimal electrical transmission through your nervous system and cellular networks. These disruptions, he says, often persist long after the mechanical damage has healed. You may feel fine mechanically, he writes, while your electrical systems remain compromised, leading to health problems that develop gradually, over months or years, as your body struggles to coordinate its activities with impaired electrical communication. Emotional stress, Dr. Naumov argues, creates equally damaging disruptions through mechanisms most people never learn about. When you experience chronic worry, anger, or fear, he writes, your nervous system generates chaotic electrical patterns that interfere with the coherent fields necessary for optimal cellular communication. These disruptions can be detected using heart rate variability monitors and brainwave measurements. And chronic emotional stress, he says, creates persistent electrical chaos that compromises your immune function, disrupts your sleep, interferes with digestion, and reduces your ability to heal. Chemical toxins, Dr. Naumov explains, disrupt your bioelectric systems by interfering with the ion channels that generate cellular electrical activity, and by creating oxidative damage that compromises the geometric structures necessary for optimal electromagnetic field generation. Heavy metals, he notes, are particularly damaging because they conduct electricity differently than your body's natural systems, creating short circuits and interference patterns. Pesticides, food additives, pharmaceutical drugs, and other synthetic chemicals, he writes, can accumulate in your tissues and create chronic electrical interference. And electromagnetic pollution from wireless devices and electrical equipment, he adds, creates external interference that disrupts your body's natural fields and compromises your bioantenna system. The good news, Dr. Naumov emphasizes, is that different types of interference create identifiable patterns that respond to targeted intervention. Physical electrical interference responds to structural corrections. Emotional electrical interference responds to stress reduction techniques that restore coherence. Chemical electrical interference responds to detoxification protocols that remove toxins and restore normal cellular function. Your electrical systems, he writes, have remarkable capacity for recovery when interference is removed, because electrical function can be restored far more quickly than mechanical damage can be repaired or chemical imbalances corrected. Many health problems that have persisted for years, he says, can improve rapidly once the underlying electrical disruption is identified and addressed. You are the medicine, Dr. Naumov writes, because your bioelectric systems contain the intelligence and capacity necessary to restore optimal function when electrical interference is removed and proper conditions for electrical healing are provided. End quote. Dr. Naumov. Dr. Naumov closes this chapter with a recap and a set of practical steps. Your body, he reminds you, operates as a sophisticated electromagnetic system that generates, stores, and transmits electrical energy with a precision that exceeds any human technology. Yet mainstream medicine largely ignores this electrical nature. Each of your 37 trillion cells functions as a living battery. Your nervous system operates as a bioantenna, and physical trauma, emotional stress, and chemical toxins each create specific, identifiable patterns of electrical interference that can be addressed directly. Dr. Naumov offers 7 action steps you can begin today. First, grounding. Walk barefoot on grass, sand, or dirt for at least 20 minutes daily, or use grounding mats and sheets that connect you electrically to the earth. This helps discharge accumulated electrical stress while providing beneficial earth frequencies. Second, reduce electromagnetic interference in your environment. Turn off wireless devices when not in use. Keep electronics away from your sleeping area and use wired connections where possible. Create an electromagnetic sanctuary zone in your home where your bioantenna system can recalibrate. Third, support your cellular batteries through targeted nutrition. Focus on magnesium-rich foods like dark leafy greens and nuts, potassium-rich foods like avocados and bananas, and omega-3 fatty acids from fish and flax seeds. Stay well hydrated with clean, mineral-rich water. Fourth, practice bioelectric breathing. Breathe in for 5 counts and out for 5 counts, coordinating your breath with your heart rhythm, focusing on smooth, even patterns that promote coherent electromagnetic fields. Do this for 5 minutes, 3 times daily. Fifth, address emotional stress directly. Practice meditation, deep breathing, or other techniques that restore electromagnetic coherence, and consider monitoring your heart rate variability with an app or device for feedback. Sixth, eliminate sources of chemical electrical interference. Choose organic foods where possible, use natural personal care products, filter your drinking water, and avoid unnecessary pharmaceutical use that disrupts bioelectric function. Support your body's natural detoxification through sleep, exercise, and targeted nutrients. And seventh, seek out healthcare providers who understand bioelectric principles and learn to recognize the early signs of electrical dysfunction in your own body, so you can take corrective action before problems develop. Remember, Dr. Naumov writes, that you are the medicine, and your bioelectric systems contain the intelligence and capacity necessary to create and maintain optimal health when electrical interference is removed and proper support is provided for your body's sophisticated electromagnetic function. That's episode 3 of You Are the Medicine. If this episode changed the way you see your own body, do 3 things right now. Hit like, drop a comment, and tell us which action step you're starting with. And share this with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell, because episode 4 is coming next. Until then, remember who you are. You are not mechanical. You are not broken. You are electric. You are the medicine. We'll see you in the next episode.